Hello and welcome. In this particular video, we're going to introduce you to a software that can enable you to create awesome romance novel ebook covers without any creations or creativity whatsoever. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this tool is called Ideogram. Now basically you can access it by going to ideogram.ai, and this is what I'm doing. So I'm inside of ideogram.ai and I'll click on the creations button. Now inside of the creations button right here, I see they've made a couple of changes, which is pretty good, not very bad. And what I will do is I'll just basically use the remix feature that I've used in the past. Now it's pretty interesting, this new change in terms of the interface. And here, I bet I can choose the model. Now this is the most advanced model, which I'm going to go with. I think it's pretty good. I can pick the styles as always from here, which is good as well. But here, I'll go to Amazon for some, example romance novel covers. So let's look for some romance novels, romance novel. And based off of the best-selling romance novels, we can create our own romance novels. Now, obviously here, we're interested in something kind of, what could we say? This one is called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, or Hugo. Interested in something a bit softer than that. Yeah, this one is pretty cool. I love it. Now, how about we create something inspired by this? Let's say that our book is not called Ugly Love, but let's say it's called Deep Love. That sounds like a pretty good, subject. Now let's go ahead and copy this image, and then let's go to Ideogram. I'm going to click here and click Control V, which allows me to, actually it used to allow me, it seems. It seems like couldn't do it. Okay, let me copy it again. Come back right here. Yep, well, it still does. And then here, I'm going to go to click on the remix button. That should give me a description. Now, they kind of changed the interface a bit here, but that's okay. Now, here it says a book cover. Now, I'm gonna go ahead instead of Ugly Love, I'm gonna go for Deep Love. Here, author name should be something different. So let's say author name is Rowan Hugo. My name is not Hugo, but I'm just going to put it there for fun. Ron Hugo. #1 New York Times bestselling author. We could leave it right there. I mean, that's not harmful. And here you can control the image weight. Now I'm going to put the image weight at 40. And in terms of the style, I'd like to keep it at auto so that it goes and selects the style that is best. Now I'll click the remix here. It uses a bunch of credits because I bet I'm using the most advanced version of Ideogram that they just seem to have released today. Okay, because just yesterday the interface was still different. Now they kind of changed it a bit, which is weird. Anytime an interface changes, it's almost like you change your car, or not the car, but you change the car's interior, That's kind of the thing. Today I went to a car dealership, look at some cars, and it's not from myself, but now here it seems that they have generated a remix, but it's absolutely not what I'm expecting. It's maybe because here I haven't changed this to what it should say. Deep Love and Bright, Ron Hugo, best-selling author. Okay, now let me try to go back for the previous model, quality, remix. Okay, it should generate something. Now the previous model, it was the one I was working with up until yesterday. If they made some changes, then so yeah, I guess the new model is not really cool. Here it took into consideration the change Deep Love. Again here, Deep Love, and so on and so forth. But I see that, here I still have the name. That's why it didn't change it. So I'm going to change it from here. And I'm going to make sure that it doesn't say the previous names anywhere in the text. And I can hit remix again. And I bet that this time around, it should go ahead and generate something according to what we have described. Now, this software, I would recommend that you change a couple of things. So, for instance, if you don't want to give yourself away, then change a couple of things about the design. So maybe you could change the color of the sea. There's a lot of things you can change, but here, in my opinion, shouldn't be very concerning to you. This is pretty good as it is. There are some pretty cool ones. Deep Love, a novel, Ron Hugo. This one is pretty fine. I love it. And so you can take this one as your ebook cover. Now, that's just an example of a way. Now, obviously, in your case, your title is going to be different. So it's not going to be, maybe it's not going to be Deep Love. It's going to be something else. So, think about something else. Also, think about the fact that at times you might see or you might find some covers like these, which you might like. For example, I like this one. And so if I were to try to download this like so, as a PNG, basically if I went to Canva, I can get rid of this part at the top that doesn't make sense. APB or APD, they're on some, this sounds like an elvish language from the Lord of the Rings. So that's not something I would want there. I don't like the color. I would like it to be a bit clearer. And so you could go to canva.com, and inside of Canva, you can format your cover. You have to remember that our cover, or that the cover design has a particular size that we go for usually. So it's 1,600 by 2,560. So you can go to canva.com and you can upload this particular design to Canva, and then you can use the grab text option to grab this text out of the design and remove it. And then you can just, for the rest of the design, you can edit it using filters. And that's about it. I hope you've enjoyed this video so far, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.